Yeah, we had a better start in the game, obviously, directly with the corners, the 2, 3 corners we had in a row, and then we made a few mistakes, that's right. So both teams had obviously possession spells, but in our possession spells we didn't really create because we didn't have enough bodies between the lines, played a bit too much around the formation than trying to find the gaps to pass the ball through. On the other side, when Arsenal had the ball, then we didn't defend enough front-footed. We knew with the way they do it in open play situations, that you have to be patient, but just until a specific moment, and then you have to be there. And when Diogo goes, then we have to follow. And we had actually the lines in general were too deep. So and then it was like you said, the first half. So, but I was quite happy when it was over because then we could adjust a little bit in half time. But we needed maybe still a wake up call or the alarm bell from Thiago, bring increasing the excitement level a lot. And yeah, Ali could save us in that moment, and from there we did a lot of things better. For the first goal is a good example. So like I think it was Thiago stepping in with the ball, like changing the direction in the right way, pass the ball through. All of a sudden there was the gap. I don't think we had in the first half one of these moments where we had all these balls giving to the striker, foot on the ball, defender in the back, and these kind of things. So we needed to move more in the front line, but we did there, and then Diogo finished it obviously brilliantly off. Yeah, and then the rest is what you saw as well.
Were you going to take Diego off before you scored?
Yeah, the plan was before. It didn't take him off because he scored.
Before he scored,
Yeah, no, oh yeah. Yeah, then Bobby would have scored that goal already probably.
Yeah, because on your attack, Gary Neville said on Monday that it's a joke of a front line, and he actually thinks that could be the difference between yourselves winning the title and Manchester City not. The fact that you've got so many options available to you. How do you choose them game to game? It must be an absolute dream for a manager to have those players of that quality to pick from.
I don't like these discussions at all, to be honest. I mean, like talking about City and as if they would miss a striker. That's a joke. The way they played, they had against Crystal Palace, they had like 5 or 6 clear-cut chances. Had nothing to do with not having a striker. You tell me De Bruyne hit the crossbar because there was no striker. You cannot open discussions like you want. One side, one day they are the best team in the world, and on the next day they miss a striker. So football is not that easy. You just put a striker there, and all of a sudden he finished the situations off. We need our boys in different ways as well. It's not just that you can be a striker who scores goals. If you want to be a striker for Liverpool, you have to work your fucking socks off in each game. You have to defend the width, you have to defend the whatever. And that is important. That's why we changed, not because they didn't score, because they scored and we still changed. But it's about how much can they help us in all the situations, and for that we need fresh legs, and it's not a massive problem, to be honest. To have to find the right lineup, it depends to the moment and stuff like this. Who played how many minutes? If you have the chance, it's the first time we have it. Usually, years ago, it was like Sadio and Mo played all the time, and Bobby pretty much all the time, or Divock played. That was the situation, and maybe that's the reason why we were never in more competitions. We just were in two or whatever. So, no, that's not. I don't have a problem with that. Divock Origi was on the squad today. That's a joke as well, because if you would see him training, you think, how can you leave him at home? But that's it.
You've been talking about your recent run of games compared to City's, that you've had a very hard, last 12 to 15 games.
City.
No, Liverpool.
Yeah, we had.
Elaborate.
No, we had. Well, I think we had 6 games more than Arsenal. You can see that as well. So because not if you play or not, but we constantly travel. We go here, we go there. We are in the hotel and stuff like this. Since we met last time, we had 6 games more than them, I think. 13-7, if I'm right. So 13 games, it's really mad, and it will not stop, and that's how it is. But it's actually, I don't complain, we don't complain, it's just how it is. So you wake up in a different hotel and somebody tells you where the restaurant is. So, and then you try to remember the number of your room. That's our life in the moment, and that's why I'm so happy today, obviously, because coming here to Arsenal in that moment against this team, winning 2-0, that's really special. That's really special.
Do you feel this many games has actually given you a momentum to close?
Yeah, because we won them, yes, but not all of them, but some. Yes, of course, gives momentum, but momentum is the most fragile flower on the planet. Somebody just walk past you and steps on it and done, and then you work again. I don't know how long to get kind of a momentum back. So I am not a big friend of momentum. It's just get through it. Really, find the way in the game to get through it, and then let's see where we end up in the end. It's a tough one.
And just one last one. You've been in front, now you're coming from behind. Which of the two positions do you prefer?
I would prefer now being 20 points in front, to be honest. Massively.
James Pearce, and then we'll take the gentleman back.
Jurgen has 17 Premier League clean sheets now this season. I think one conceded in the last 7. Obviously, you can't always be your fluid best when you're going for a title like this. How important is that solidity that you seem to have?
That's a clear agreement of us, a clear agreement. Since we had to readjust it, to be honest, so like early January. So like we have to agree on defense first, because otherwise you are some team, like any team or whatever. You win or you lose, or you win or you lose. And today we won 2-0, but we had games where we won 1-0, and we wouldn't have won these games if we are not defensively on spot on. The last line in general was today incredible. Ali saved us again, but what the two fullbacks did was absolutely insane. So I said it already before, but if one of you thinks still that Trent cannot defend, then sorry, you have no idea about football. And everybody who says that, it's just madness. To play against Martinelli, what Hendo did, like running 50 times to that side, because we second half we defended better, than the only real option they had were to play the diagonal balls for Martinelli. So, and then you have these 1-1 situations constantly. That was absolutely, these situations were the winner today. Yes, we needed still to score goals, but that we defended them in these situations, that was essential.
And from a coaching point of view, you must have loved the second goal with the counter press and Bobby and then Andy that created that chance out of nothing.
Absolutely, the top goal, and Robbo really waited. Robbo didn't take the first opportunity. He obviously got the ball, stepped in the box, and then he was waiting for the movement in the box, and then we found, I think there were 2 or 3 players in a proper position, but Bobby got foot or whatever on the ball. That's the shambles of my position. I saw it once and I didn't even know who scored, but I heard it then. I saw the yellow card for Bobby and I thought he probably will not take the shirt off if Hendo scores. So yeah, I will watch it back.
So we can see you're very happy now. It was an impressive win against a good Arsenal team. But like you said, the first half you were almost glad it was over. What were you getting so upset and angry about towards the end of the first half? You were talking to the fourth official.
Oh, the situation with Sadio Mane, I'm sick of it. Just sick of it that you take a player out. It's like they could have done what he wanted. Everything was foul. He fouled or he didn't get fouled. That was what I was talking about. Had nothing to do with the game. I have no idea. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. Why Sadio don't get free kicks, and tell me not he's a diver or whatever. He's not. I know him better than anybody else, and he's not. And maybe he's one, it's not a clear foul, but then for him it's always like this. If it's one, if he maybe has only little contact and he goes down, then you will see it. The next 5 situations, he will not even, for the proper ones, he gets a free kick, and that was what I was.
A lack of protection, in other words.
Sorry?
A lack of protection, in other words.
Whatever you want to make of it, just look the situations back and tell me that's always not a foul. I mean, Ben White in the corner, Sadio press him. Ben kicks the ball out more or less. There's no contact. but still free kick for Arsenal. So it's smart from Ben White. But if Sadio's doing that, the whole stadium is on their toes, and the ref thinks, "Oh my God, he's doing it." I'm sick of that. That's why I was a bit angry.
Jürgen, just on that point on momentum, when you're on a road like this, is there a certain amount of kind of muscle memory that kicks in, you tap with the team, or is that too easy to say from the outside? So it seems like you have this rhythm now.
A rhythm is good, but rhythm is as well playing all 4 days or 5 days. It's rhythm as well. Playing all 3 days is rhythm, but it's a really intense one. Yeah, we are used to it. It's how I said. It's no complaining about it. Sorry, but we want to be part in all competition. That's how it is. Yes, and we make changes in some games and more, and in others less. But it's intense. But it's nothing. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, we have kind of rhythm, but the opponents are they have all quality, but they are really different, all of them. So, and you always have to find a way against this team. And today it was Arsenal, and we found a way, and that's good.
How it's felt to be gradually reeling City in here. You know, what have you been driving towards? How has it been for you as a team? And give us a bit of colour on that process as it's slowly come towards you and you've slowly caught them up, like the kind of line chasing behind you.
I really don't think a lot about City. That's the truth. I know that the only chance we have is to win an incredible amount of football games, because our opponents win incredible amount of football games. There's no chance to drop. I said it before. The last few years, we pushed each other on insane levels. So we only had, I forgot the number, but 90 odd points, because they had that many points, and they had it only because we had it, and that's the situation. So it makes each game a final, and that's, you can enjoy that absolutely, but you need to be ready for the intensity as well. I mean intensity now here, that you are really to be really there. I don't think it's a problem for a human being to be all 3 days like completely focused on what you do, but then comes in the physical part. Makes you tired. You feel it here, you feel it there. So that's what we are constantly fighting. City, we don't fight City. We play City in 3-4 weeks. I don't know exactly. Then we will give them hopefully a proper fight. But apart from that, we are in a good moment. We're in a good mood. That's all clear. But we know the only way we can do it is to dig really deep.